What's up guys, Kevin Cage back with another XRP update. If you want daily crypto news, be sure to like and subscribe and let's dive right in. Again, please watch all of this video. Those that have ears will listen to this one. Most importantly, to start with, if you have an iTrustCapital account, a crypto, IRA, and individual retirement account like myself that is holding XRP right now, you have to watch the end of this video. I will be going over a recent blog put out by iTrustCapital so everybody fully understands the risks in deciding to hold XRP or trading out of it at this time. I will also link that blog, the article, in the top of this video description. Please just read it. This is for your own safety, just so you understand everything. And this is not meant to scare you. This is meant to inform you so you guys are understanding what's to come and are prepared for any risks associated with it. All right, so I have so much information, guys, to get through. I think you're really going to enjoy this video, talking about China's central bank digital currency, the BRICS nations, XLM, some new RippleNet partners that are scaling with some new technology as well, and essentially just me ranting. And funny enough, I will be talking about some eKYC as well for RippleNet partners, and I do have to run right after this video to the bank, and of course they don't even offer eKYC. I have to go fill out paperwork manually, which is pretty laughable because it is one of the big three banks in the world, as you guys know. So, first off, just so you know, this is my point of view with this market. I am very biased because I've researched XRP for several years. My opinions are not based off of invisible people or strangers on the internet. It is based off of research. If you wholeheartedly believe that this SEC lawsuit is going to affect XRP in the long term, you simply do not know XRP well enough. You have not studied it. You have not researched it. Essentially, I mean, there's been people that have talked about XRP being delisted years ago as part of this little plan, this rollout. So you guys can call people conspiracy theorists, whatever you want, but I'm not going anywhere. So if XRP goes sub 20 cents, sub 15 cents, sub 10 cents in the months ahead, I will be buying more on the exchanges that have it available. I have multiple on-ramps as insurance policies. And when, in my opinion, and I'm not a financial advisor, do your own research, when XRP gets back to 50 cents, surpasses $1, and even surpasses new highs, soaring past $10, do not call me lucky, all right? So XRP's wholesale, guys, it's not retail. It's not meant for everyday people. It never was. So was this delisting sort of staged, specifically as Jay Clayton leaves right away, pushing it on the next administration? It just seems very theatrical to me. And I'm sure the deeper you guys go down this rabbit hole, the more it makes sense as well. And I'm sure a lot of you actually agree with me to some extent. You might not agree the same way, but you do understand it is kind of eerie timing. So I'm going to be holding mine for the long term despite the noise. Do what's best for you. I'm simply sharing my thoughts. There is no right way. There is only your way. All right. So specifically because right now we have right here 26 crypto platforms are dropping support altogether for XRP in wake of SEC's Ripple lawsuit. And in my eyes, I believe this is going to be temporary. If not, that's exactly why I'm holding XRP. Why are people selling an asset that is going to become harder to buy? To me, in my eyes, long term, that will make it much more valuable. Again, scarcity. So I'm keeping an eye on that. That is my personal decision, and you guys have to decide for yourselves. All right? Next, we also know that Uphold has said that they will not delist XRP before the court decision. They're waiting on a decision, again, right here, until XRP is actually judged to be a security today or the trading volume dissipates to a point where we can no longer support XRP. So this option is actually possible. So that's why I'm still holding my XRP. And yes, I do anticipate and buying lower. And if we go to 40 cents first, and actually, I would love that to be our new bottom. If it went to 40 cents first before dropping under 20 cents again, that would be the most sadistic, terrible thing that's ever happened, playing with so many emotions in this market. So I'm not ruling anything out. I'm watching the chart still. But again, my biggest fear is just this getting dragged out longer than possible. But in the meantime, I will be trading different alts, and of course, I'm diversified. So I wanted to point towards this because this has many implications. So China's central bank digital currency sets the stage for other central banks. First off, we've heard the great news with, again, Stellar finally getting named to work with the central bank of Ukraine with their currency, the hryvnia. If you remember, even last year, we've gone over, numerous times, Stellar working and being piloted with Ukraine, the central bank. So again, central bank digital currencies building, allowing businesses and people to build on top of it with, blockchain technology. No surprise. And yes, I own XLM, I own XRP, and I think that XRP and XLM are the brother and sister in this ecosystem. And until utility truly comes, there's going to be massive price fluctuations. There's going to be FUD campaigns. There's going to be FOMO campaigns where you feel you have to buy into it while it's up 50%. That's just how the game is played. All right, so right here, China. We know that Ripple has met with the Central Bank of China even back in 2017. It has all been documented. And we know that the People's Bank of China has been doing this soft rollout for their digital currency, the yuan, this digital currency electronic payment protocol. And there's some very interesting implications, and you best believe that all of these central banks around the globe are paying attention to what China is doing and setting this example, which is a BRICS nation wanting to get away of the constraints of the SWIFT system, which is largely controlled by the United States. This is a game of political chess, maybe even a game of political 3D chess, and it's happening across all markets. And yes, they are correlated to some degree, metals, stocks, crypto. So you better believe it. And that's what I'm looking at all the time. I'm not just looking at Bitcoin and XRP. I'm looking at a variety of assets in a variety of asset classes for insight. All right. So right here, China long sought to gain a foothold in an economy where $27 trillion of payments beckon. No big deal. We already know Ripple's connections even with Union Pay. And again, we showed connections of Union Pay specifically with Ripple working with China's central bank digital currency. FYI, for those that do not know, Union Pay is bigger than MasterCard and Visa. So notice the potential to freeze out foreign companies, Visa and MasterCard among them. So it seems like this could be a threat. Now, is it, very true? I'm not sure, but this is one of those narratives out there, and I just wanted to let you guys know. So pay close attention to this, and I know this might be dry for some of you, but this has huge implications for the future of digital assets. All right? Last mile settlements, just like XRP being the bridge between, central bank digital currencies, interbank settlements. People, it's going to sound all wishy-washy until it actually begins to happen. And believe it or not, ignore current price. The infrastructure is being built in front of our eyes. And it's not me, it's not just Jay Clayton, it's not, these huge regulators saying the infrastructure is here. The plumbing for payments is already being built. Governments do not innovate. Fintech groups do, like Ripple. Governments adopt time and time again. All right, so do not be surprised by certain technologies even being white labeled. Right here, so bit by bit, Chinese efforts involve the central bank controlling and tracking digital fiat. Again, this is a game of control. I'm not going to turn a blind eye towards this, digitization of blockchain technology, of public and private and everything. I just see the transfer of wealth, and I see the opportunity at hand to get a slice of the pie in this new financial system that is coming. And this is not conspiratorial. We are literally going towards a digital economy. Now, it might not be 100% cashless, but it's going to be less cash for sure. And yes, I believe fiat is here to stay, but there's going to be new mechanisms and protocols and assets that are going to govern the money, programmable money. And XRP is going to be one of them. Do not be fooled. Same thing with Ethereum, same thing with XLM, same thing with QNT, and a variety of other assets. All right? ADA, VeChain, etc. And there's a plethora, guys. There's so much friction in not only the payment space, but the globe. So if I don't name your asset, do not be upset. There's going to be a plethora of use cases, and there's plenty of room. So, talking about this, again, a melding of regulations and rails. To be sure, card networks such as Visa have published technical papers, enabling, point-to-point CBDC payments. And remember, the World Economic Forum, one of the top people in that group, alongside with Brad Garlinghouse and also the CEO of Stellar, is head of Visa as well. So everybody's involved, Goldman Sachs, etc. This is all just, in my mind, a huge game of rolling it out, and it's getting exciting, but I am biting my nails on how exactly this is going to occur. All right, so we'll keep going here. LCX receives licenses from the Financial Market Authority of Liechtenstein. So Liechtenstein, Malta, Luxembourg, Singapore, Japan, a variety of countries that have very friendly jurisdictions, friendly regulation. So we're going to keep an eye on this, of course, getting involved in crypto assets, security tokens, token issuance, token generators, identity, just big things are on the rise. And when you see this time and time again, I am not fooled by market pullbacks. I'm not fooled by the FUD campaigns that scare people out of their asset. Now, I'll never be able to buy the perfect bottom and sell the perfect top, but I'm getting my slice of the pie and I'm dollar cost averaging in this ecosystem because in the years ahead, I think that this landscape's going to be far, far different. And at the end of the day, if you're getting your Amazon stock at, $10, $50 before it goes to $3,000 plus, is there really that big of a deal at the end of the day? Up to you, all right? So right here, guys, Roth IRA, so Ripple partner InstaRem, and again, this is Neum, this is a RippleNet partner, has added eKYC, this is Know Your Customer compliance in Malaysia. So all throughout Southeast Asia, the service implemented by the central bank makes InstaRem one of the first digital cross-border remittance fintechs to implement the process. It's my bet that we will follow suit as well. And funny enough, I'm literally having to go do some additional KYC for another bank account right after this, but I have to go in person. So I wish that they implemented this in the United States a little bit sooner, but so be it. All right, so right here, digitization of identity verification. They can now just log into their account and upload required documents and photos to make transfers to over 60 destinations. It can be done from the comfort of their homes and offices with a simple smart device. The customer onboarding process is therefore made painless and transparent, no longer taking time. It's automated. Everything's in the cloud. This is the future we live in, guys. This is not hopium. This is exactly what's happening. And yes, I want my asset to moon right now. But as utility comes, as digitization catches up, as the infrastructure is built, the regulations comes, custody and security is improved. It is coming. Do not be fooled. And again, do not call us lucky that have been seeing this and been waiting several years for this transfer to take place. Once it happens, boom, it's over. So I'm enjoying the process, and I'm enjoying us going to catch this wave. All right here, Michael, Val5 links financial institutions that once criticized cryptocurrency are now embracing the new revolution. Yeah, because they smell the money. We saw Tether volume. Look at this. Tether volume alone on January 2nd, guys, $120 billion. Now, you know my view. I do not hold Tether. I do not like Tether. It's far too risky for me. Yes, I've traded it and used it to buy pairs, but I do not hold it whatsoever. I much rather prefer USD or USDC. I think the Tether boat will collapse. I know they have tons of money. I know there is a well over a $1 trillion lawsuit against them. Could they pay it off? I just want them to be audited to confirm if their currency is fully reserved, because if it is not, this will open a whole box, a Pandora's box of issues. So just remember, I don't want you to think I'm just preaching FUD and dumping all the time, but I'm hedging my bet. I own a lot of crypto, and I have to explore the bad side of every investment as well, because it's my hard-earned money, and hopefully you guys feel the same. So don't just watch channels that say we're going up, 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 and I believe that, but we still have to prepare for the worst in the meantime, all right? So we talked about that, Roth IRA, KYC. Again, this bank smelling the money. Joining cryptocurrency world should serve as a wake-up call to other banks in the world. And yes, they're paying attention. Banca Generali, Italy's largest insurance group, is to provide Bitcoin custody to its customers beginning next year. And I mean, if you guys have been watching this channel specifically, there's dozens of big banks getting involved as well. All right, Standard Chartered, HSBC, some of the world's biggest banks, and of course, they're RippleNet. All right, next, so Stellar Org, right here, we're honored to partner with the innovators at the Ukrainian Ministry of Digital Transformation to help develop their strategy for virtual assets and facilitate development of a digital currency. Exciting work ahead. And please understand, the Stellar blockchain, we're going to look, you guys can study the tokenomics and understand and speculate, is this going to have, substantial demand on XLM, if at all? I hold XLM, I'm bullish on it. And this is just another example of actually working with regulators, working with a central bank. And yes, this is happening. Cryptocurrency will turn into something much bigger than just a speculative asset class. Speculation is healthy and good, and yes, we still need it for this market. But I'm telling you, when utility grows, the new bottoms of this asset class are going to go much, much higher. All right? Right here, just to kind of speed through this. So we know Stellar, and again, Denell Dixon, CEO, and remember the CTO is actually one of the creators of XRP. Now, personally, I do not like XLM's technology as much. It's much more retail. The CTO of Stellar, Jed McCaleb, just so you guys understand, because I know there's always FUD about him dumping, and it's just the typical news that, newbies say and preach, acting like, they understand it. But essentially, Jed has been quoted on videos. You guys can watch it and look it up. He says that Ripple and Stellar are not competitors. There's so much money in this ecosystem. They're going after different niche markets altogether. All right, so just wanted to put that out there. And remember that Jed was one of the creators of the XRP ledger itself. All right, and then Denell Dixon is also on the Global Cryptocurrency Council for the World Economic Forum with Brad Garlinghouse, with Catherine Coley, CEO of Binance.us, who is also head of institutional liquidity at Ripple in the past. So I think they're all connected, essentially just rooting for a digital economy and adoption of crypto assets. So XLM, XRP, obvious long-term holds for me. Yes, I know that they are some of the tier 1 tokens, so sometimes you can find some micro caps that might, have bigger returns sooner. These are more so my safe bets in my mind, all right? So for me, I hold these absolutely in my portfolio. Next, I wanted to redo this poll. I did this, I don't know, 6 months ago, last year, I'm not really sure, but essentially, will XLM pass XRP in value? That's what I want you guys to kind of answer down below. I'm not trying to start arguments. I hold both. I like both. But I'm just curious. I think last time I checked, XLM was at 15 cents. XRP was at 23 cents. And so I'm just saying, do you think XLM could surpass XRP in the months ahead? In my mind, of course, I think this is entirely temporary because XRP's market is going after much bigger value, of course. But yeah, just kind of curious what you guys are thinking. All right. And then exactly, yep, all the money, she gets it as well. So, two are like a tag team in wrestling. When one upgrades in some way, the other does the same. Stellar was involved in the creation of the Bahamas central bank digital currency, the sand dollar, and then the World Economic Forum, of course, as we showed in the last video. And I think, yeah, Lisa's the one that shared it again, dated back to the World Economic Forum last year, that XRP is most relevant for inter and intra-bank transfers of central bank digital currencies. Remember, there are two types of central bank digital currencies, wholesale and retail. All right. So I pointed towards Tether, talked about Uphold not delisting, which is nice. They have my support alongside with Kraken. And here's Uphold really quick. So just to give you a taste, simply the best place to buy digital currencies. Now make sure and talk with Uphold that you can take your crypto off set exchanges. Make sure it's not just an IOU. In some cases it may be, so just be smart. But you guys can see the differences. And I cannot wait until equities like stocks are available in the United States. I hope clarity comes because I would love to be able to essentially swing between, some Apple, Bank of America, Tesla, etc. in the future. So keep an eye on this, and there's a variety of crypto assets involved. Of course, I like XRP, I like ETH, I like BAT, I like ADA, I like Atom, I like Digi, I like IOTA, I like Link. Nano, I have to look more into, but I do like it thus far, and I like the chart. OXT, Orchid is a good one. OMG is pretty interesting. XLM, of course. Zilliqa, I love. And I have to look into these guys. I don't really know about them. But anyways, variety of projects, and the cool thing is you can do swaps between one another directly. So if you can do a swap between OMG and Doge directly. It's swaps between anything. So I really like that, and essentially it's interoperability, and I'm really looking forward to exchanges following suit as liquidity grows in these markets. Also, just a fun fact for any of you young people out there, I did tweet this back in October of 2019. But statistics, and I'll have to go find the source, so take it with a grain of salt. Statistics have shown that people under the age of 25 are significantly more inclined to buy a cryptocurrency or a digital asset rather than a stock or bond. And I'm not surprised one bit. And of course, we have to pay attention to the trends. You have, kids, playing with V-Bucks on Fortnite, digital currency, and video games. This is the future. It's not run by the grandparents, and we're going to have to watch these trends. And as digitalization increases, this should not surprise you one bit. All right? I'm trying to sound very level-headed because this is coming. And the people that pay attention are going to capitalize the most off this. The markets are moving. Everybody's excited. I know there was a pullback, and I, woke up this morning kind of bummed out because we were pulled back, 10%, 20%. But bottom line is, I don't try. I mean, you could buy into pumps and it'll keep going. But bottom line is I try to buy the dumps and sell the pumps. So if an asset's up 200%, I'm not necessarily buying it right now. I'd be looking at the, exponential moving averages for, target to retrace and kind of re-enter if I think it's good. But overall, I'm trying to buy the assets that have not popped yet. I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. All right. But then again, if, you took that, you probably wouldn't have made a killing with Bitcoin. And I did sell my Bitcoin, unfortunately. All right. So let me see if there's anything else I wanted to cover. Regardless, XRP potentially, or, flipped by Litecoin, Polkadot. XRP's been flipped by other assets before. It always comes back. We're going to get, dissed, we're going to get made fun of for a time, but to me, it doesn't really matter. Other people's opinions that do not know me whatsoever, that have never met me, and I'm here to stay, and I understand what's to come, and it's going to make victory that much sweeter. So now, let's go through this iTrustCapital article, and notice they already removed XRP just so people are not buying it right now. And the cool thing is on iTrustCapital, and the links are in the video description, guys, Chainlink and Stellar are seeming to be added in January, so I'm very excited for that as well. Now, if you guys are asking me what I'm doing with my XRP on iTrustCapital, this is my personal decision. I'm not trying to, convince you by any means. Just decide for yourselves if you want to diversify. I already own Ethereum. I already own XLM. I'm not trying to sell my XRP and put it into something that just pumped massively. I believe that there's still a possibility of different retracements across the board. But again, that is just my personal decision off of me looking at the charts. So be safe out there, and let's go through this article. And please do not be afraid. Remember everything I said in this video. I think XRP will be relisted. I think it'll come up on top after this. And this is the risk I'm willing to take. So I know some people will be very nervous and freaking out. I'm not whatsoever, but I still wanted to put this out there and make sure people are well aware of the risks. So we are unable to support XRP trading after January 8th. Notice, if the liquidity providers actually stop sooner, or the market makers, you guys, they could stop it and halt it sooner. So please be wary of that. If you are sitting in USD, if you have, a lot of XRP in this account, just understand it could be locked temporarily. Now, this is a retirement account for me, so I don't mind just holding XRP, even if the trading halt does last a while. I will essentially just adapt to whatever comes. But I want to read through this so you guys fully understand the risks. I would hate for somebody to, sell out of their XRP right now at, 23 cents or 25 cents. And I mean, even if it goes to 15 cents, what happens if they open trading when it's, back to 60 cents? That would suck. You'd be sick to your stomach. So just understand the risks, play it through your mind, and decide for yourselves. All right. So right here, the iTrustCapital platform will be unable to support trading in XRP after 5 p.m. on January 8th due to the SEC action and industry response. The SEC recently took action against Ripple Labs. Many US-based exchanges, including Coinbase, are suspending trading in January. iTrust and liquidity providers. So iTrustCapital is a self-directed IRA technology provider. Our company connects institutional-grade custody and liquidity providers into a single 24/7 trading interface. And yes, I have traded XRP on iTrustCapital. I've done some swings this month nicely as well, and I am actually all back into it now because I just cannot risk essentially me not being able to get back into XRP if it does go up. And that's just a personal choice. I still have plenty of cash on the side in my just typical accounts, not my IRA, to buy back if XRP does see sub 20 cents, sub 15 cents. So over the past 2 years, we have become the premier crypto IRA brand and are very proud to have been welcomed by the XRP community. Obviously, because they're the best platform, they are the cheapest in my mind. No doubt I was with Bit IRA in the past and it was just ridiculous. So this is just a personal choice for me. And unfortunately, uncertainty around the regulatory status of XRP caused all of our US-based liquidity providers, LPs, to suspend XRP trading within the coming weeks. As a result, trading of XRP will not be available after Friday, January 8th, and may cease earlier as required by our liquidity providers. Now, here's the choices for the clients, so please be aware of this. Anthony from iTrustCapital was letting me know that there was a lot of confusion, so I want to make this very known to everybody that has an account with iTrustCapital. And I have my account with iTrustCapital. I am simply letting my XRP sit there. That's a personal choice for me. All right. As with any self-directed IRA, the client makes all decisions. Our platform will facilitate one of the following 3 options. You can decide to convert to another asset, meaning convert your XRP to Ethereum or XLM. Me personally, that's not my style right now. I already own Ethereum. I already own XLM. I'm not trying to, convert it when these assets just pumped massively. Could they, could ETH go right to 2K? Absolutely. And you could come up on top and be fine. I'm just not willing to risk it. All right. So before January 8th or such earlier date as may be required by our liquidity provider. Our platform supports cryptocurrencies and also, gold and silver as well. So pretty cool. You can review our complete list of available assets right there, which I already showed you. Now, next option is this, which I'll be doing. Continue to hold XRP without guaranteed liquidity. Please understand this risk, guys. I am a lot more hard-headed than most. I am comfortable risking a lot, and it's just the way I am. It's treated me well thus far, and based off of my research, I'm not going anywhere, but you're gonna have to dig deep and decide for yourselves. There's no right way, just your way. So clients who choose not to sell or are unable to sell altogether by January 8th or such earlier date as required by our liquidity providers will still hold XRP within their IRA. So my IRA is going to be fine. My XRP will be safe. It will just sit there, but I will not be able to trade it. No ability to trade, and yes, standard monthly charges still apply. No actions required. That is what I will be doing. And then right here, distribution. Subject to applicable limitations imposed by the IRS, clients may take distributions from their IRAs. We recommend consulting with a tax professional or financial planner before taking this action. To learn more about distribution, please review the IRS FAQ. Now I'm going to link this whole blog in the top of this video description. I encourage you guys to look through this, read through this, and of course you can reach out to iTrust. Their customer support is fantastic, and I want you to understand all of this. Flare tokens, we're still getting, I already qualified for that. I will still be getting my Flare tokens from them. I'm not worried about that. And then right here, will you turn XRP trading back on? Our goal is to provide the best client experience while also ensuring compliance with all the IRS and the SEC. And the IRS is really a stickler for regulations. If exchanges restart XRP trading within the United States, iTrustCapital will swiftly integrate them back to our platform or onto our platform. So it's my belief after this storm, it'll turn back on. I think this is just, and this is my opinion, FYI, and keep in mind, we have to look at the other side, the bad case. XRP is never allowed to be traded again. You have to entertain that possibility, right? Because I do have confirmation bias, so I don't want to piss anybody off by saying that. And then is there any chance you could stop XRP trading earlier? Very possible. Am I worried? Not one bit. I hold XRP, my IRA, I hold it in a lot of, cold storage as well. It's my personal choice, and everything that I'm seeing, I think it's just very, very peculiar that it's coming out like this. Also, Mr. Use Case, I wanted to share his tweet here because it's just good thinking. So Ripple meets with China's central banks. They work with governments, regulators around the world. 95% of trading is done outside the United States. XRP is a currency in major countries. Exactly. Jay Clayton, former SEC chairman, sues Ripple the day before he leaves. Something is not right here. Now, I just agree with the sentiment as well. Next, shared by my favorite Greek buddy in the community, so we have Global ID. You guys may know Greg Kidd, again, one of the first employees at Ripple, essentially got them involved to meet the Federal Reserve early on within several months of Ripple Labs being founded. And of course, he's CEO of Global ID. Global ID has some cool integrations with Uphold.com as well. So right here, we're thrilled to share this premiere episode of the Global ID podcast with Greg Kidd. I'm very excited. He owns 1% of all XRP. He's a bull in this ecosystem. These are very powerful people, so please keep that in mind. And if and when XRP makes it out of this mess, do not call us lucky. I'm holding it. I'm going to get through this storm. I'm going to make these videos. I clearly believe in XRP because I'm making these videos when it's harder than ever for most people. Many people are doubting it. I'm one of the biggest believers in this ecosystem, and I'm a man of my word. So, what were the agency's intentions? Is XRP a security, and what does this mean for the industry at large? Very exciting. We will stay up to date with that. And then lastly, here's a poll, the XRP community poll by Status. Have you ever thought that in buying XRP that you were buying shares or some ownership of Ripple? No. 90% said no. Yes, those 10% probably think XRP is a security. Nonetheless, just sharing that. And also, because I have additional points here that I forgot, Chinese billionaire Jack Ma suspected missing. Now, again, who knows? This could be some drama. This could lead to something big. We're going to pay close attention to this. And if you guys watch my previous video, what happened? China was again responding to the New York Stock Exchange after they delisted 3 of their big organizations. So there's a digital Cold War going on. There's a game of geopolitical chess. And all I'm saying is, let's try to pay attention and expect the unexpected. I'm not going to pretend to know that I can, predict what's going to happen. All I'm saying is, I'm trying to hedge my bet. So if something bad happens, I can capitalize on it. If something good happens, I can capitalize on it. So that's what I'm doing. Let me know your guys' thoughts. And again, iTrustCapital. This blog will be in the top of the video description. Be safe. I respect all of your decisions, and I will still be making videos. See you in the next one.